Boom shakalaka, what is up guys? Randall here from Crypto Love, and thank you for joining me for a late night live stream. It is Tuesday night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We are live streaming. We are looking at cryptocurrencies, answering questions, talking about what's going on, and yeah. A lot of stuff going on. Apparently somebody going around on Telegram with my name and logo saying they're me. They're not me. But yeah, they say it. And actually I've had a whole bunch of cryptocurrencies contact me asking me if it's me. And I'm like, no, it's not me. But what's up everybody? Rafa, Sue, Biggie Bango, Alan, Happy, Caesary, Juicy Vegan Dwarf, JXR. Yo, Juicy Vegan Dwarf. I have been doing all raw vegan foods recently. Crazy stuff. Woo! Amazing. Joel, Triton, Crypto Fiend. Triton, dude! Everybody say what's up to Triton. He was like the very first subscriber. El numero uno. Yeah. What's up, Alan, Craig, Scott, Snahal? What's up, everybody? Nana. Thoughts on OMG? Well, they just had some partnership announcements. I think OMG's got a good working business model, and they have some partnerships going on. They could potentially connect the world with cryptocurrencies. Joe Cam was number 2. Congrats, Joe. I did not know that. But Joe has been around for a while. Yeah, so what is going on? Man, slow times in cryptocurrency. Too late to buy Ontology. No. But I would definitely say update your stop losses with Ontology. Because I still think Ontology is probably a bargain. Okay? Still 21st position. It's $4 now. It was like $2 a week ago or 2 weeks ago. I don't think it's too late to buy, but I don't know if the price is going to come back down to like $2, $2.50. It could possibly happen. So if I did buy, I would definitely buy and set a stop loss to help protect from losing too much if the price does come crashing back down. But I would think with Ontology, could go up to like a $10, $12 token at the current time. Too late on Verge. Isn't Verge still growing? Verge is having some growing pains. When's the announcement? In like it's in like 4 days. The Verge announcement. What are they at? Oh yeah, 1,200 satoshis. So still growing. Yeah, a couple more days before the announcement. I made a video not too long ago about what I was doing with Verge, where I bought some, been updating the stop loss. Still updating it. And probably the day, like the 13th or something, I'm just going to sell off half of what I have. And then see what happens after the announcement. Watch the price crash down after the announcement. And then it'll just sit off the stop loss and sell off whatever rest I have. Yeah. Nah. Didn't make a buttload of money from Verge. It's just gone up. Went from like 800 satoshis to 1,200 satoshis, so up 50%. What else? Any feedback on artificial intelligence? Yeah, it's going to take over the world. Okay, if artificial intelligence truly exists, and like if it's truly this computer that wants what's good for the world, it's going to kill all humanity because humans are not good for the world. If humans disappeared from the planet, every other species would like flourish. But because we're here, we destroy everything. Everything. Yeah, WAN Chain's getting some huge ROI. Definitely for WAN Chain. I mean, taking a look at the big gainers for the day. Boom. Yeah, WAN Chain's a big one. They're part of the Interoperability Alliance with Aeon and Icon, other 2 great projects. Let's see. Oh, I did not read that Zuckerberg said they use AI in Facebook. But, you know, it makes sense. They I mean, Facebook, the biggest bait and switch that ever existed on the planet. Initially, it was this thing that connected you with friends. Now, basically, there's the illusion that you're going to connect with friends, but it's all just advertisements all the time. So, but yeah, they definitely probably use artificial intelligence in as much as it exists today to figure out what you want. Like, I know there have been people who I've been talking to who are like, yeah, I was like talking with someone about this, and then it showed up on my Facebook feed. Like, weird. Advertisements for that type of thing showed up on their Facebook feed. We have all these devices that listen to us, like our phones, like Amazon Echoes, like all these different things, and you think Facebook, one of the most giant corporations on the planet, isn't going to use that to make more money? You think? Yeah. Will I support or avoid Supo coin? I don't know. Is it actually going to be useful on the blockchain? Is it necessary to have on the blockchain? What else? Neo's just pumping up recently. Is it? I didn't see that. But I'm happy. It's up to $54. You know, Neo's one of my long-term holds. I'm just hanging on to that thing. Let's see. Ethos, I think if Ethos could do what they do what they're saying they're going to do, in that Ethos wants to be like a hardware wallet for every cryptocurrency and have them all stored in cold storage. I think, yeah, if they do that, if they pull that off, is going to be monstrous. So yeah. And there was another question about Encash. I reviewed Encash a while ago, so I have a video on Encash. Check that out. But when I reviewed them, very impressive project. And I don't remember too much about it. But yeah, Encash was one that it was hard to find anything wrong with. Talk about Cardano. All right, Cardano. So this was one that I made a video on back when it was like 2 cents. And I said it was probably really good because they had no ICO. They were just backed by a bunch of South Korean investors. And then it did really well. They had like Daedalus and Ouroboros. So the Daedalus wallet and the Ouroboros, the only provably secure proof of stake algorithm, something like that. And it went really well. It went up to $1.40 and then now it's down to 15 cents. What have they been doing? Well, they've been touring around, but taking a look at their development, this is the thing that I don't particularly like about Cardano, is that their development has dropped significantly in the past, whatever. That means they have no GitHub commits over the past couple months. And I really think they need more development in order to progress, because they have the potential to be an awesome blockchain 3.0 solution. They have Charles Hodgkinson, absolutely brilliant. They have academics and engineers, could be completely awesome, but they need to actually come up with some of those developments in order to bring this to life, in order to make the Cardano blockchain usable. Now, they did just recently discuss a partnership with Siren Labs, the telephone people. They have the Finiphone, so that could turn out pretty good. But Cardano, I think, was one that the price shot up way high, and where the price is now, I think it's probably an accurate, if not a little bit high, estimation for what they're doing. Like, if we take a look, let's take a look at some of the other things in that area. So both EOS and Cardano right now are more on, EOS is definitely a lot more on speculation than anything else, because nobody knows anything about it. But Cardano, a lot more speculation than actual viable product that they have. Stellar actually has a blockchain. They're having ICOs on there, things like that. Neo blockchain, they have their dApps on there. So, I don't know. I think Cardano may be a little bit high, but they could. I like the project. I like the team. I like what they potentially could have going for them. Is that going to be going for them? I don't know. anytime soon. Am I still bullish on Icon? Yes. Yes. Let's see. What's up, Satbits? You're here. I see you. Land chain. Yeah, so I'm thinking like if the crypto market's coming back, it's probably going to happen sometime around June. What's up, Mike Silver from Singapore? I was there. I would probably move to Thailand if I lived that close, but you know, whatever. What are my thoughts on Power Ledger? I think all electricity on the blockchain is a great concept because electricity is fungible just like dollars. So $1 is exchangeable for any other $1. 1 kilowatt hour is exchangeable for any 1 kilowatt hour. So renewable energy on the blockchain, very awesome because that way you get to choose. Like if I had a choice of well, number one, it needs to be ease of use. Because if something is easy, I'm willing to pay more and whatever to not have to do all the difficult things. But second thing is people get to select what they want for green energy. So like, and they get to do it somewhat locally. So yeah, I think Power Ledger could be doing very well. They had some contracts earlier with India and with Australia that I think pumped the price. But right now we're in a bear market, and I'm gonna show you guys that later. We're in a bear market. It's not a great market for most of the altcoins right now. Let's see. What's my portfolio look like? So right now, about half is in Bitcoin. About 20% is in Neo. And at one point it was 10% in Lisk, but Lisk prices dropped, so I think proportionally it's down. So yeah, the rest is Lisk and some alts. That's pretty much it, but mostly Bitcoin and Neo. I actually didn't sell any Lisk, but the price of Lisk dumped hard. Definitely. Yeah, I do use Blockfolio for tracking stuff. If Bitcoin was $1 million, how much would I sell? It would depend upon what I thought of the future of Bitcoin. Like if I thought that, you know, it was at $1 million and the price was going to drop immediately because this was just some unreasonable thing where everybody needed Bitcoin right now, then I would probably sell more of it. But if the price of Bitcoin was $1 million and it was staying there, I wouldn't sell as much because if it was a future of money, I would just hold it in Bitcoin. But if I was to sell it, I'd probably sell it for real estate, which is another next best investment. Yeah. So, opinion on credits. I don't think credits can do 1 million transactions on chain. 1 million transactions per second on chain. I think that's ridiculous. I mean, they may be able to. I could be completely wrong. Apparently, they just did a test that did like 400,000 transactions per second. Okay? But it just... I mean, this could be the whole thing with the dude who ran the 4-minute mile. Like, it was completely impossible until somebody did it. It could be the same thing here with credits, but it just seems to me like, okay, this is ridiculous. Like, Neo, which is like the fastest blockchain right now, has 1,000 transactions per second, and then credits, just out of nowhere, they have 400,000 transactions per second. So, it makes me think, is this a bit unrealistic? Maybe, but could they? I mean, if they're doing it, yeah. I mean, if this is going to be the fastest blockchain out there and it's secure and everything like that, then yeah, would definitely be interested in it at that point. Car vertical. I mean, this stuff could be somewhat interesting to have all of your car's information on the blockchain. So then the only thing comes with like having people actually enter the information for it to be there. So as with many of these things, the crux of anything is adoption. So if people are not entering the information on the blockchain, there's no information on there. So basically this would need to be something where every time you have your car serviced, they enter their information on car vertical. Every time there's a car sale or you register stuff, it gets entered on the blockchain. So if all that stuff happens, if they have these agreements with all these different service places and the government places, then yeah, this could do very well. Or also there's another one, I did a review on it, forget the name of it at this moment, but yeah, all of them could potentially do well. Is really building adoption and getting it out there. In terms of a timeline, you know, they just have their idea, MVP, and an early alpha. So they'll have a white label solution by the middle of this year, and then potentially get some work out in the EU. So that could be good. Have I had my dinner? No. I actually fast every Tuesday, so I have not had my dinner. No dinner today. Invasio. Maybe I'll do a review of Invasio. I was taking a look at that one. That has some stuff that it seems interesting, but it also has some red flags. So this is supposed to be like this brilliant artificial intelligence thing. And taking a look at the white paper, they don't have a technical white paper, which especially for like an artificial intelligence thing, because that's supposed to be scientific, it kind of says, oh, well, okay, maybe what's going on. They have more of like a marketing standpoint white paper from the CEO. And then, but to me, it didn't seem like, it didn't have anything technical, scientific, anything there. It just seems like a media, marketing type of news article. Now, the other thing about it is, and I didn't do too much research into this yet, but I just saw some things that made me think twice about it. The other thing was they keep talking about this, how, I forget exactly what it was. Where's the media? They kept talking about this thing where they were in conjunction with the government, and it was like a recording of something on the government on YouTube, but it didn't actually verify it. And then lastly, they talk about how they've been an artificial intelligence agency company around for a while. So I was like, okay, well, if they were, wouldn't they have had a website for a while? So I went to Wayback Machine. And I was taking a look there, and this just takes a look at websites a while back. And so they said they've been an artificial intelligence company for, 4 years. So I went and looked in 2014, and let's see if this will come up. Yeah, so back at that time in 2014, when they were supposed to be an artificial intelligence company, Invasio was, we want Invasio to be the platform you turn to for anything sociable or professional, a social business travel network, basically non-specific network of blah, blah, blah. All right. So they had that going on. And then, additionally, what was it? Basically, there were no website crawls in 2015, 2016, not until 2017 when they started getting everything together for their ICO, did their new website pop up. So all that stuff, those were red flags for me. I didn't do much more research into it at that point because most of these things are, I'm skeptical until proven otherwise. Talk about KuCoin red flags. I actually didn't know that there were any KuCoin red flags. Let's see if anybody says KuCoin scams people. Take care. No support, referral bonus. Oh yeah, the referral doesn't work anymore. Yeah, that's it. They steal small points from you, no support. Yeah, so KuCoin was like very cool in the beginning because they used to give you a referral bonus, but that was only for like a month or something while they were trying to build up the amount of people using KuCoin, and then they took that away. So now there's nothing there. You can still find some cryptos on there, but it's not as cool as it was in the beginning. Yeah, Joshua, even if you type it in bold, I don't know what you mean by KuCoin red flags. Who do I think Verge will partner with? Oh, I think it's going to be disappointing. I think it is. However, you know, some people, let's see. So like they were talking about that's going to be absolutely massive. Nobody actually knows, but there was some speculation thing that was like PayPal or Pornhub or other things like that. Nobody really knows. Nobody really knows. I think it's going to be, oh, maybe MindGeek, potentially. Apparently there's proof for MindGeek. But I don't know. If it's something that everybody knows, like if they partnership with Pornhub, yeah, that's going to be huge. I don't even know what MindGeek is. An SEO company? Yeah, I don't think that would be big, but so yeah. If it was like Amazon, that would be big. If it was eBay, that would be big. Anything like that would be huge, but if they don't, then it's really just worthless. If it's just like if they announce some announcements that it's just going to cause it to tank, people are going to lose even more faith in Verge. Yeah, Mike said he heard someone say they were partnering with Fleshlight. That would probably help out Verge quite a bit. A lot of people would find out about cryptocurrencies who may not have before. But I think that the market for fleshlights and the market for cryptocurrencies are pretty similar. You know, young, nerdy dudes who play on their computers. I think they both have the same markets. So, you know, at least it would allow them to pay for fleshlights and Verge. When am I selling my Verge? Basically, I'm selling half on the 13th, right before the announcement, and then I'm selling, well, I don't know, I'm just going to keep updating the stop loss until it gets set off. So, you know, if it does moon, I'll just take out all the profits when the stop loss eventually gets set off, but if it plummets right afterwards, then probably most of any gains that I've made, which has been about 50% so far, will be all sold then. Oh yeah, I am fasting, but I also got a sore throat, so I guess it's not completely fasting. You guys are too smart. You guys are too smart. All right. So, what other stuff? I don't know. I'll go through. So this week in crypto, pretty sad news in cryptocurrency, I guess. To begin with, overall, Bitcoin's down 7% for the week. Oof. Just keeps dropping, but the price gets better to buy in at. All right, 68.50 for Bitcoin, and yeah, Ethereum price is coming back up on Ethereum. That's good. Taking a look at the big gainers. Ooh, ELF is up 35%. Redcoin 31%. Just boom, went parabolic there. WAN chain's up a whole bunch. Ontology's just been growing and growing and growing. In the past week, Ontology did like 100% in the past week for Ontology. Yeah, it has been an awesome week for Ontology. Do I think it's too late for Ontology? That question was asked earlier. No, but if you do buy it, make sure you set stop losses because it's at all-time highs. The price could very easily come back down. But where was I going? Oh, yeah. So into the news, the biggest gainer for today was ELF. Now, according to some people, like Crypto Briefing, they think that this cuddly toy right here, that little thing, gave the ELF a huge price spike. All right. So basically, ELF started. They launched a quiz competition on Monday that offers the winners a chance to win an Elfie, and then they could take a picture with it, an Elfigo, and get rewarded with Elfigo tokens. And then people would have a chance to win 100 ELF. So they thought because of that, the price shot up. That's possible. I have another theory. Now today there was big news with Golem. How they just, what was the Golem news today? They just released their, they launched on Ethereum mainnet in beta. So that was big news for Golem today. All right, I would have thought that the Golem price would have shot up. And it did, 17%. ELF does the same thing as Golem. So potentially, people are buying ELF because they think, hey, maybe I'm getting in ahead of the storm with Golem. So that's what I was thinking with that. But also, other news with cryptocurrencies, it seems like it was all bad news these past couple days. I use stop losses on everything except for with Neo and Lisk. Just because there's no rational reason for that. I mean, if I practiced what I preached fully, I would use stop losses on everything except for Bitcoin, but I don't. So Spanish authorities arrest 11 in crypto money laundering ring. Oh, they love these announcements, crypto money laundering. That's all the cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin's used for is money laundering. So basically, these Spanish guys, the White Tulip, they arrested them because basically they're taking money, putting it in crypto, sending it, and then having the crypto converted into Colombian pesos, laundering it that way through a Finnish ring, a Finnish exchange, and they were able to track a lot of them to track the culprits. So yeah, money laundering, and guess what? More money laundering on Backpage of all places. Oh my goodness, Backpage laundering millions of dollars in crypto. So apparently they were using it for prostitution related services, a whole bunch of other stuff to cover their tracks. So basically they would just convert it into crypto and then convert that crypto back into cash. And then that's how they were doing it to basically stop any tracking of what was going on. And yeah, they say they use Bitcoin because in 2015, Visa and MasterCard stopped processing transactions there. So then they went to cryptos, and someone, who was it? A Backpage escort bitterly reposting that although altcoins may seem scary, they're becoming the only way to stay safe and successful in the online industry. Interesting. See, altcoins do have their benefits. But this article I found very interesting. they talk about Bitcoin in terms of herd immunity. So like comparing Bitcoin with a virus. So basically, analysts at Barclays, which is a big investment thing, divided Bitcoin investors into 3 groups. So they basically had the susceptible group, the infected group, and the immune group. So basically, susceptible people are people who would be likely to buy Bitcoin. Infected people are people who have already bought Bitcoin. And then immune people will be people who have been exposed to Bitcoin but are not interested. And what they say is, as more of the population becomes asset holders, the share of the population available to become new buyers, the potential host population falls, while the share of the population that are potential sellers increases. Eventually, this leads to a plateauing of prices, and progressively, as random shocks to the larger supply push up the ratio of sellers to buyers, prices begin to fall. That induces speculative selling pressure as price declines are projected forward exponentially. So Barclays apparently is pretty bearish about Bitcoin in general. They say that, let's see. According to the analysts, first word of mouth about soaring asset prices spreads investment susceptibility like fever, yet now awareness of cryptocurrencies is almost universal in developed economies. The analysts claim that the optimal moment for secondary infections is probably over and bearish markets are likely here to stay, they say. Bad news. Oh, bad news. Wow. However, many analysts have a different outlook, thinking that now that significant capital from institutional investors will come flooding in exactly because the speculative froth phase is over. All the speculators have gotten in, they've bought in all their Verge, they've bought all their Tron, they've bought all their Ripple, and now they're out, and so now the institutional investors will get in. And the price is getting better for institutional investors. They don't like to buy at all-time highs, they like to buy at low prices like we're seeing now. So definitely this is a time when institutional investors would be getting back in. Now, today I made a video about Ethereum having a death cross, and a death cross occurs when the 50-day moving average ducks below the 200-day moving average, and that happened in Ethereum today. But in that article I was mentioning today, it talked about how basically used in stocks, when it happens with the Dow Jones, with the S&P 500, with the Russell 2000, and with the NASDAQ, they call it the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. And just jokingly, I said, man, if that happens with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, and I said Litecoin, but then it turns out Bcash is number 4. So I said the top 4 cryptos, then that would be like the 4 horsemen of the crypto apocalypse. Well, it's happened. It has happened. Okay, Bitcoin death cross happened right there on March 31st. Ethereum, boom, happened right there on April 10th. Ripple, boom, happened right there on April 8th. And Bcash happened way back there on March 18th. So it looks like it's happening. The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. That is not a great sign for economic markets. But what do we know? It's tough to tell. Things could turn around. They may not turn around for a while. We may be in for a bit of a bear market. Could very well be in for a bit of a bear market, especially after such a run-up like we saw with Bitcoin. But, you know, things may turn around after consensus in New York, where things could turn around in November, December if they don't by then. So we'll all have to wait and see, because no one's got a crystal ball and no one can predict these things. All right. Do I know anything to invest in that's not physical? Well, I guess cryptocurrencies are not physical. Stocks, they're kind of physical. Oh, derivatives, they're not physical. Invest in derivatives if you want. I would not recommend it, but yeah, derivatives are not physical at all. How does Tether work? Is there no buyers? They just generate a buttload of Tether tokens. They just keep printing out. Tether works the same as a central bank works. They just print out as much as they want. They don't have to mine them. They just basically print them. They say that they're backed, but they refuse to be audited. And a lot of the people say that a lot of the inflated price of Bitcoin was due to the printing of Tether, because back here in like September, there was like, I think $400 million of Tether, something like that. Up here, there was $2.2 million of Tether, $2.2 billion of Tether. So Tether printed out like an 8-fold increase in Tether. Do they have that backing? I don't know. They say they do. Okay, so singles, dropple. Oh, if Tether was found to be a scam one day, it would go down like BitConnect. And for those of you who don't remember how BitConnect went down, that's exactly how it would go down. One day, you'd be holding all of your money in Tether, and the next day, it would be worth nothing. That's basically how it would disappear. Wow, look at that. Did you guys like that video I made on P3D or whatever? No, it's not even on there. P3D. I forget what it was called. Whatever it is. Explain Bitcoin versus Bcash. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. Everyone's going to have different opinions. This is just my opinion. It may or may not be correct. But basically, Bitcoin is the main chain of Bitcoin, the most supported chain of Bitcoin. Bcash is a fork of Bitcoin that happened on August 1st, 2017. Bitcoin Cash, or Bcash, is technically an altcoin. Altcoins are alternatives to Bitcoin. If Bitcoin Cash was Bitcoin, it would be called Bitcoin, but it's not. It's an altcoin. And basically, it's really only supported by Roger Ver and Jihan Wu, and they have their own interests in Bitcoin Cash, basically having the cashing where it flips with Bitcoin in terms of popularity for their own monetary gains. Is Bitcoin Cash actually better than Bitcoin? No. It has larger blocks, so right now it can process faster transaction times and less expensive transactions, but Bitcoin Lightning Network, which is here, is just about, I mean, it's being tested right now. It's just about to go into use, and once that happens, you'll have instantaneous payments, very low cost, so there will be absolutely no benefit to using Bcash over Bitcoin. So right now, at least the way that I see it, Bcash is on its way out. As soon as Lightning Network becomes usable, which should happen within the year, like mainstream usable, then Bcash will just be phased out. Just because there will be absolutely no benefit to it as opposed to Bitcoin. And so, like, you know, what's an analogy? I don't know an analogy, but yeah, that's my thoughts. Boom shakalaka Dory, what's up? That wasn't exactly one like boom shakalaka. Ah, there you go. Where do I keep my cryptos? Do you want the private keys also? Most of my crypto is kept on a ledger that is not kept in my house. It is kept in a very secure location. The the recovery key is obfuscated and in many other different locations. So yeah, that's where I keep most of my crypto. And then I use a ledger. Some other people, like for instance, when I was in Vegas, David Hay and also Crypto Beatles, they both were talking about how they prefer using Trezor because it doesn't have the issues that they've had with ledgers. Personally, I haven't noticed any issues with Ledger, but you know, I think both of them work just as well. I do have some stuff on exchanges, usually just to for active trades. Why did I name my channel Crypto Love? Because the channel's all about crypto and life is all about love. That's what it's about, man. That's why we're here. So, you know, love, crypto love. What's the best coin today? Well, according to CoinMarketCap, the best coin today is ELF. I don't know, like the more, I'll be honest with you guys, the more I'm in crypto, the more I just become like a, I don't know what it's called, a maximalist or a fundamentalist or a principalist or whatever. Like the longer I'm in crypto, the more and more I just believe in holding as much as I can in Bitcoin. Obviously diversifying a little bit. Like granted, I'm not going to have these huge windfall gains with Bitcoin, but Bitcoin's probably going to be the one that's going to be around for a long, long time. So, you know, having a majority in Bitcoin and then putting some into other cryptos. I have not looked into Cody. Yo, you can get a t-shirt right down in the description. It says Crypto Love t-shirts and mugs. You can get them right there. You can order them. Free shipping anywhere in the continental United States. And then, yeah, get them pretty soon. It takes about a week or so in the States to get them. Let's see. If you want, I mean, okay, so there are some coins that stick out to me. I'll just go through and tell you them. But this is just my opinion. So, you know, you guys can like different coins, and that's totally cool also. But obviously Bitcoin, I think Stellar is potentially an up-and-comer. Neo, definitely. Like, I'm just way behind Neo. I also think Monero. Okay? Monero is the privacy cryptocurrency. So, yeah. Big behind Monero. I know you guys are screaming that I didn't cover Tron or VeChain, but yeah, I'm not. Binance Coin. Why? Because this is one that's used on Binance, the #1 exchange, to pay for transactions. The more people use Binance, the more Binance Coin will be valuable. So, yeah, that one also. I think Ontology, just because of Neo, same thing. Those are going to be valuable. You guys kind of know, like, I like Lisk and Icon, but what other ones? I don't know. Down here it gets iffy. There's a lot of ones that I like, but not many that I invest in. So yeah, I think like Dragon Chain, Elastos, and Nebulous. Zcoin definitely has potential. Definitely has potential because it's a privacy coin with a limited supply. So yeah, that's it in the top 100. All right, now oh yeah, I did not take a look at Dropple. Automating the world of cryptocurrency. So this is like an automated trader. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of like trading bot type things. Cool. So I have no thoughts on the Binance coin burn, but let's see if Google has any thoughts on it. The upcoming coin burn. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really know. I would have to look into that more. But I mean, if they are buying back their coins or burning their coins, that's going to make them even more valuable than previously. High performance blockchain, I hear you. Yeah, could be a valuable high throughput blockchain. I did just talk about this one the other day. I mean, they have a different way of accelerating things by using this chip level acceleration engine. They have backing of Neo, so those are all interesting things. Testnet is launched, should be. Mainnet launched. Let's see. Yeah, so their testnet, public testnet. I mean, it definitely could. I like the platforms. I like the chains. The individual use cases, I'm not such a big fan of. So like Potcoin, not a big fan of. Because I just don't think they're going to last. I don't think they're going to make it through. But that's my opinion. Again, I can't predict the future. Cool. Ontology target. I think right now with the market cap hovering around $265 billion, I think that Ontology could potentially go up to around the same as Neo. So Ontology could potentially go up to like a $12 to $15 token. Potentially. Because I think Ontology and Neo are going to work together to build the Chinese blockchain. That's going to be the blockchain of China. Could potentially be the blockchain of the world. Any upcoming ICOs worth investing in? None that I have seen recently. I think one of the biggest issues with ICOs right now is that any of the really good projects are just, they don't even go to ICO. They're just like sold out in private sales beforehand. So I think that's one of the big things. Let's see. Cool. Jorge keeps asking Egyptian lover. I have no idea what he means, but all right. Am I looking for an Egyptian lover? You know, I'm not against it. Let's see. Yeah, so ontology can be stored in the Neon wallet, and apparently you're going to be rewarded in ontology gas as well. So that'll be cool, potentially, in the future. Yeah, cool. So, whew. All right. Anything else? A Midex token. Financial platform with a licensed exchange approved by Swiss bankers and lawyers. So let's see. You could get 500, 500. So 500 Midex tokens for 1 Ethereum. So they say for then 2 Ethereum, which is like $800 right now, you would get $250 a day, which is times 25, so like $100 a month for $800 investment. That seems pretty high to me. So basically, for an $800 investment, you're going to be making $1,200 a year. Something doesn't add up there, but obviously this is just looking at it firsthand. Chief product of Bancor. All right. A team exchange. Good concept, no advisors, outrageous valuation. All right. Team looking fine. MVP is live, but there's huge competition between crypto exchanges, and it's going to be hot out there. From a legal perspective, the token is apparently a security despite all the efforts to cover it with utility function. There's no KYC checks. You can just go and buy some tokens. Not sure what the SEC is going to say about that. So those are all significant things to be concerned about. Yeah. So that's what I would think about it at this point. Yeah, let's see. Cool. Best upcoming ICO according to me. I don't know. I haven't been looking at ICOs recently. I have not. because at least for anyone in the United States, we can't do them. And then also, a lot of the better ones is more difficult to get into. Definitely. But you can certainly make a lot of money in ICOs. So for those of you outside the United States, definitely consider investing in ICOs. Realize it's risky; you could lose it all. But the best way to play ICOs, for the most part, is to basically get an ICO as soon as it's available on exchange, sell most of it, keep some of it, and then keep going, time and time again. All right, cool. So I think that's about it for today. My voice is going. Thank you very much for hanging around today. I know things are kind of bearish right now, but I'll catch you guys next time. Have a good one. All right. See you later. Peace.